Okay, you're gonna not be garbage right now? You're not gonna disconnect after literally a minute? Jeez. I don't even remember what I was saying. We're here. We gotta do... Oh, I'm turned around. We gotta do stuff. Gotta do all the things to make the last one appear. That's a dead end. With no people. I mean, there's a vending machine that has an AI in it, but it doesn't talk. I mean, it does talk. It doesn't give quests. There's a... So there's a guy. The sick guy. Try a present. Sure, why not? And then we gotta go around talking to people. Getting keywords. Ice cream. Man, I don't even really want to start saying anything because I don't trust it to not disconnect. It feels like it's just gonna drop on them in the middle of saying something. Lovely flowers. So I'm pretty sure my mic stand is broken. And it's not the screw like I thought it was. It's the other end. I can't figure out the word. I don't know what the word is for the part that's not the screw, that the part that it threads through, but it's not a bolt because it's bigger than a bolt. It's not just the hole. I forget. Does Hal have a keyword? Diet drinks. Also, I didn't realize that's a picture of Hal there, next to the picture of Olive. I didn't realize he was blonde. I thought he had blue hair. I guess that's just how his hologram projects. Wait, okay. I think all the people you get keywords from are in the building. Stylish bag. That's the one I was looking for, because I don't know if it really matters which one you pick. I go with stylish bag. It's stylish and functional. Yep, I'm not sure if he's waiting to hear a particular idea, if he'll shoot down any others. Yeah, needless to say, it doesn't go well, because they don't know each other. That's like the first time they've spoken. You know, I'm no relationship expert, but I'm pretty sure the key to having a romantic relationship is to having a relationship to begin with. Just a thought. But yeah, what I was thinking about my mic stand is like, well, you know, it's a clamp. It's probably not designed to be screwed and unscrewed repeatedly every other day. I'll take care of it, whatever you're doing. So yeah, I probably broke it beyond repair. I just gotta get a new one. And I should probably get one that doesn't clamp to the desk, because I can't keep it clamped. It's just not convenient. It would be in the way. Gotta find a lost cat. I don't remember where the lost cat is, but we can do all these things at once. See, Xenoblade X, you can take on multiple quests at once. It's possible. Yeah, I make that joke, but then it's like, I kind of understand why they do that. Because it's not every quest, it's just the ones related to, like, characters. The ones that they want you to have, like, particular party combinations for. Especially ones that involve certain characters in, like, cutscenes and stuff. Because then if they need them for a cutscene, and then after that cutscene they're like, oh, I'm gonna go off and go do a thing. It'd be stupid if they were still in your party after they said that. So they need to have control over your party, and they can't control your party if if it's not if you're able to take on multiple, and then have those also configure your party. Now, what I think they should do, the best case scenario, is have it where you can take on any number of affinity quests or whatever they call those, the ones that you can only accept one of per, one of at a time. Make it where you can accept any number of those that do not require party members that are not already in your party. So, for example, if your party is just your player character, Lynn, Elma, and Elle, you should be able to do all the side quests that do not disallow those party members from being in your party. Like, it makes sense to not have, what's his face? Lao. It makes sense to not be allowed to have him in your party when you're doing a quest that has him in cutscenes and he's going off to do stuff. But then if you go do some other quest that has absolutely nothing to do with Lao, you should be allowed to accept it because he's not going to show up. It's not going to matter. Which kind of just reminds me of my problem with party members in that game is that when they're not around, they don't matter. When they're not actively in your party, it's like they don't exist. They don't show up in cutscenes. They don't really pop up in the story. And if they do, they don't really do much of anything. It's like freaking Doug. Like, he shows up maybe once or twice in the main story of a 100-hour-long game. It's like, screw Doug. No one likes Doug. He just exists. He's just fluff. Dude. Sorry, he's too busy being angry about Doug existing. He's just fluff. There are other characters with his class. And, like, I know they have the whole weapon system where it's like, oh, well, some people are Lancer plus. So instead of just being a Lancer, they are a Lancer with a different gun. Ooh. But, like, there are other people who also have the same, Lancer plus kit. It's just like one or two special arts that I don't think are even really that different. I mean, I'm sure when you look into when you get heavy into the meta, like, there are probably, like, a handful of ones that really super do matter because they're the best skills in the game. But that's kind of hard to compare when you can't see all the skills in the game at once until you have all of them on the same character. Which is what you do by, you Actually, I forget, how do you get... I know you can earn characters... You can earn their... Which one are you immune to fire? You can earn party members' arts. I think you do their affinity quests. Kick you in the face. And then they'll give you one of the arts. So you can get them all on your player character. But, that requires a lot of work in a game that's already 100 hours long. So it's not... I'm not going to pretend... I did not mean to open notes. I'm pressing up on the D-pad. Oh, wait, I did. It registered multiple inputs. I forgot what I was even saying. Yeah, there's just too much in X that is hard. Too many party members, and it's hard to compare which ones are better than which other ones because it takes so much time to compare them and to be able to get their good stuff. And there's just too many of them. At least Xenoblade 2 has the... I didn't mean for this whole stream to be me complaining about X again. But, like, at least Xenoblade 2 has you know, the gacha system. So it's like, sure, you may not have gotten the Percival, but you can get some other tank that is equally as good as Percival. Like, Percival isn't the only good tank. I don't know that you can say the same about X. But that's also because Chugga Conroy hasn't Let's Played it yet. Hopefully one day, that'd be cool, but probably not anywhere in the near future. Really would not have expected him to do 2 Xenoblade Let's Plays. Really would not expect him to do a 3rd. Like, I can't imagine doing a Let's Play of a game that long. Can barely get out a Let's Play of Sticker Star. Actually, I don't remember how many videos I recorded the Sticker Star, so I can't say. You know, it's like, oh, that's a short game. That would only be a few videos. But, like, point remains, I don't have a good release schedule. Don't have a consistent release schedule, and I do short games. I don't do 100-hour-long games. I don't do RPGs. Can't imagine what it'd be like to 200 hours into a game for videos. Oh yeah, I even forgot I was doing this. Excuse me.
Hey, you know, could you...
And that's the 3rd of the required amount to get that quest to start happening. Dazed man, sleeping near a garbage can. Get up. Well, at least I closed the gate while I was falling over from being hit in the face with a meteor. I guess I don't really need to come over here and clean up the red matter. There's no quest right now. Oh, is that it? Why am I holding the shoulder button? That's not why you switch that. Catnip. Good thing I have a dog and not a cat. Imagine if I gave Beast Legion catnip and it just goes crazy. Under the dumpster? Under the dumpster. In the gate. Okay. Forgot there was a gate. Guess I should know whenever someone goes missing, it's usually a gate. Dupo. I was waiting for that to happen, and then the one guy shot feathers. Do you mind? I'm trying to stun attack the stun... Dude! Oh yeah, I guess that's one thing I should mention, is I did, mess with the abilities, and now none of my Legion have the Legion Rush or Call Burst. So those particularly annoying abilities are not here. And I tried to put on as many useful stuff as many useful things as I could. Unfortunately, the Call Burst that I had on Arrow, or no, Legion Rush that I had on Arrow, also had fire and poison immunity on it, I think. It had 2 immunities tied to it, and I could not get both of those back on one thing. So I forget what immunities it has now. Not that I was going to remember what immunities they had to begin with. will eat your core! It's weird, sometimes Bow Legion does a different move for that input. I guess it's the same move. Come here, cat. I swear, sometimes Aero Legion doesn't fire any projectiles when it does that corkscrew move. And then sometimes it does. Maybe the difference is range. And it's not that it doesn't shoot, it's just that I don't see it shoot. I sure do. Only yes. Okay, why did I get this? Yeah, I guess going back to my Xenoblade X complaints from before, that's the kind of stuff that I'm like not confident they'll change in the definitive edition. Like I could easily see them adding, you know, tutorials of any kind, because I don't think they really had tutorials explaining any of the combat. And that would be really nice. You know, I could see them adding quality of life stuff to like quests for like quest markers and helping you find stuff you're supposed to be looking for. I'll shoot this one.
Iris startup. Iris shut down.
But I'll do it, but it's gonna be hard to talk while I do this. But, and yeah, it seems like they're even gonna fix the cliffhanger. Whoops, did not mean to press that button. They're gonna fix the cliffhanger ending. 14? 14. 14? 14? 15. So I remember when I did these last time that I was always off by like 1 or 2. But trying to continue this train of thought with anything other than but yeah. Because I don't have to be facing the guy. 17 17 17 17 18. Now this is a hard one, because it requires math. I did not say that as sinisterly as I was hoping to. Okay, so 7. And then 22. So that should be, he's looking for 15, I think. I don't know if it matters if we get it wrong. 14. Close enough. Sorry, I'm yawning. Okay, see, there's one of the friends, but I can't do the thing. I can't talk to the friend because I don't think I found the quest
There's the radar unit.
to find the guy's friends. I haven't found the guy. But yeah, the stuff with the party members, that's stuff that I don't think they'll be able to fix with a remaster, because that just sounds beyond the scope of what they're probably gonna do. Let me help you. What am I doing? Investigate area. Fix gate detector. I'm on the wrong quest. Heal that sick man. I was gonna pick up the red matter. I can't do that. It has to be a Legion. Yeah, that's why I have, like, I don't want to say I have no confidence in the definitive edition of Xenoblade X. Because I'm sure it'll be great. Like, X is a divisive game, but there are people who do think it is a really, really good game. So this is, you know, going to be a net positive, I think. Do I have a picture of you? That's stupid. I can zoom in, but it doesn't count. But yeah, someone who is much more on the critical side of X, I don't know that it will satisfy me. You know, I don't think it'll satisfy my complaints. Because it requires a lot more work than anything any other Xenoblade remake would require. Because like if they did a definitive edition of Xenoblade 2, which would be silly because that came out on the Switch, so then just re-releasing it again on Switch, that wouldn't make sense. But if they did such a thing, like, I wouldn't think there would be much you needed to change, because there's not really much that needs fixing, you know? Maybe some balance changes in terms of, like, which blades are good. You know, maybe update some of the lesser good blades into being better, being more usable, have skills that are maybe more important or at least potent for what they were trying to do. You're stuck on the crystals. And I can't help but when I say that I can't help but think of Electra. Like, I like Electra. I think she's a good blade. But yeah, in Shunko Conroy's Let's Play, it's pretty hard on the shield hammers in general. So, you know, one of the things he says shield hammers are not good at is like keeping aggro. Which, that's something I wonder, like, how much does that actually matter? Because what if the intent with shield hammers is not to keep aggro that much, but to, you know, you generate aggro with one blade and then you switch to another. You know, you switch to your shield hammer when you have the aggro, and then you use the shield hammer defensively. Because, you know, shield is in the name. So it makes me wonder, like, would that strategy work? Could you just, you know, put a shield hammer on... I was going to say character spoiler. Put a shield hammer on 4? Is that what their spoiler-free name is? Put it on 4, who is good at generating aggro with their default blade. And then you switch to a shield hammer when you're, like, low on health or something to be able to go into a guard stance. Okay, I know it got anti-freeze on someone. Pretty sure. But I also feel like that's a strategy that probably doesn't work out. Which is probably why Chugga Conroy has a problem with shield hammers, is that you can't do that. He's probably thought of that. I'm not going to pretend like I thought of something he never thought of. You know, he's a very extensive researcher, I'm sure. If he didn't think of it, he would have seen someone else say it. And then he probably would have tested it himself and determined, in his opinion, whether or not that strategy works. So probably the problem with shield hammers isn't getting aggro, it's also keeping it. And I also remember he said, like, it's a slow weapon, which I feel like a lot of weapons are kind of slow in that game. So, you know, that's an easy thing they could fix if they made a definitive Xenoblade 2. Something to help balance all the different blades better. But I don't know that you could really do that in X. I don't know that you could really balance all the different characters better. Because I don't think X has a problem of some party members are just flat out better than others and there's no reason to use them. But kind of the opposite is that no one really stands out as good. No one really seems helpful. Oh, wait, I don't need to... Do I need a Legion? I think I'm about to get attacked.
Unfriendlies incoming.
leave the bomb in place. So, like, for example, Doug. What could you do to Doug? What could make Doug better? What could you do to make him better than any other Plasma Lancer or whatever, Proto Lancer, whatever he is? Oops, I stopped. Apparently I stopped doing the repairs if I tell my Legion to do a skill.
Wow, they just keep coming.
Or they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. But yeah, that's that kind of goes back to, like, I do not have the same understanding of which party members work and which ones don't in X, like Chugga does with stuff in 2.
I gotta reboot it. See.
So there probably are answers to how to make them better, but, like, how also do you make it obvious that this person is worth having in your party other than just adjusting a number that was low before? But I don't know if that's really what they were going for with X. I don't know if they really intended for you to, like, shuffle people around or something. Oh yeah, you're the guy who I was helping and then you got scared by a portal. Wait, not that way. Because, I don't know, I feel like they wanted you to just have one party, maybe, and not, like, shuffle everyone around to try to try to have everyone, having seen everyone at least once. Like, I feel like that's part of why there are, like, multiples of each class and why they can be so similar. It's like, I think the intent is, like, if you want to have Doug in your party, you can have Doug in your party. But if you don't like Doug, you don't have to have Doug. You can make yourself the Proto Legion or Plasma Lancer or whatever the... Oh yeah, you're the guy stealing stuff.
I can't believe. Okay, wait.
And I still think Xenoblade 2 just does the same thing, but better, but... I don't know, maybe the intent is not to be able to shuffle it around, but to, I don't know. I think I'm just repeating myself. No, I don't think they intended for you to worry whether one Plasma Lancer is better than another. I think they just intended to be like, hey, this guy looks cool, let me have him in my party. But I guess whether or not that's the intent, the question isn't... the question isn't, did they do that? The question is, does it work? And I don't think it works. I think they should just have balanced party members that are all worth having for noticeable reasons, other than just, oh, well, that guy doesn't suck in combat, so let's have him around. Because I think that was like... Granted, them never being in the party meant they never got experience, so they were always underleveled, but, like, that was my big problem with combat in X, is that it didn't feel like it mattered who I had in my party. I was going to perform just about the same either way, if not worse, because underleveled. Or in the case of, like, not having my not having a healer in my party, dying more, because I don't have a healer. Or, someone who knows a healing thing, not necessarily... I don't think X really has a healer class. They do have more support-oriented ones, but not like... there's no Sharla in X. I think you could kind of build yourself to be a little like Sharla. Because they do have sniper rifles, so that's basically your ether cannon. And then you could do...
Well, the bat.
support-oriented skills. Although, part of that problem would be... No, I think that would work, because the healing, like, the support skills are set to the knife. Because your arts are dependent on your weapon, which is fair, because they do use particular animations for stuff. You know, it wouldn't make sense for you to be able to use a sniper shot when your weapon is a Gatling gun. But I think that could work. I think you could do a, like a knife sniper rifle build, and that could make you kind of like Sharla. Because I think the knife would give you a lot of support skills from that class. Because I think the support class is, I think it's knife and assault rifle. Maybe it was like knife and proton cannon. Or proton launchers, something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, like my point kind of is that I don't know that the combat is really good, and I also don't see them changing that, because it's a core part of the game, and I don't know that they would really do anything other than balance changes. I don't know that they would add new things to any given party member or class to make it stand out more. I think that's the succinct way to say what I'm trying to say. Nothing stands out because it doesn't seem like anything makes a difference. Wait, can I go down that way and then go to the left? Then down to that quest with the case. Yeah, you're the guy. Where are they? Where are my friends? I wonder where my friends are. Near tents. It's probably Lonely Man. High up place. This is somewhere with dogs? Funny, I thought Coughing Man was one of the guys you gotta find. Right, the ladder. Yeah, because I tried to shake up, so shake up and change up at the same time. Shake up what class my character was using.
What are you doing here?
And I don't know that there was really anything that particularly stood out as good or distinct from what I was doing, other than just mashing skills. Like, I got a build where I could do, like, reducing the enemy's thermal resistance, and then hit them with some thermal attacks. But I don't know that it was a particularly good build. It felt like the best build because there was an actual strategy to it, other than just mashing skills and hoping for the best. Whereas, like, once I changed off of that, it just felt like all I was doing was just waiting for character callouts. So I could, you know, do that instead of, you know, building a strat. Like, for example, if I play as Lynn or Elma, you know, either of those two, it's like, it doesn't feel like there's a difference, because with Lynn, I'm mashing skills trying to keep the aggro, and with Elma, I'm mashing skills trying to deal damage. Oh no, Carlos, he got pulled into the thing. I hope he'll be okay. It's not like I've ever seen this before 4 times. Well, okay, this would be the 3rd. Yeah, like that's kind of my big issue with X. It's like, I have Lynn, and the story always forces me to have Lynn. So why would I ever use L, who is the same class but slightly different? You know, I think his gun is different. Like, I know he has different arts, but are those arts worth building up on him? You know, getting him leveled up and putting, I forget what they call the points that you spend to make your arts better. You know, spending those points, spending your level up points to make him catch up to Lynn, when the story is just going to force me to use Lynn anyway. See, that's another big issue I have with that game. Is the story mode almost exclusively forces you to have Lynn and Elma because they're in all the cutscenes, and the game is not gonna let you have anyone. And you like the way the party system works. If they're not in your party, they don't exist. So anyone who's used in a cutscene has to be in your party. They have to be active. You know, as opposed to like in the other games, where it's like, oh, here's a cutscene and Shulk is in it, but Shulk isn't currently active in battle. But it's okay because he's still with you. He's still following along the party in the party. You know what I mean? Oh, I threw that guy off a ledge. You know, the game doesn't treat him like he doesn't exist just because he's not out in combat. Did you come back up? Or are you a new guy? So, you know, even if you're doing story quests, you can still have your party be Brine, Dunban, and Melia. Because it's not going to pretend like Shulk doesn't exist when it comes time to use him in a cutscene. But X doesn't do that. It's... I was going to say, like, oh, it's being contrarian, you know, because all the other RPGs let you keep your party members with you when they're not out in combat. You know, Chrono Trigger doesn't pretend Marl doesn't exist just because she's not out in combat. So I don't know why X thought it was a good idea to not be like that. I know it was trying to go for more realism. With like, oh, if they're not in your party, then they're off doing other missions. They're off helping some other part of the, you know, the colony, New LA. But it just doesn't work because it has so many problems with it, you know. It means the story doesn't know who's going to be with you when you're triggering cutscenes. It doesn't know where they or you don't know where they are at any given moment because, you know, they're not in your party, so you have to go back to town and find them somewhere in town to be able to have them rejoin your party. You know, I think, I've never really played it, but I think Octopath Traveler does something like that, where, like, when party members are not with you, they're at a tavern. So to change your party members, you gotta go to a tavern. But the difference is you can go to a tavern. It doesn't have to be one specific tavern. It can just be any tavern. And that makes a lot more sense. I'm not gonna agree that it makes sense that they're not with you all the time. But I'm just used to RPGs where all the party members you've unlocked are constantly with you and you can shuffle whenever. There's a lock. Gonna get that with sword and then switch to axe, and then he's gonna come up next to me instead of staying put. Yeah, as much as I find that problematic about the game, I don't think Definitive Edition is going to change that. Because it's just such a core part of how the game is built up. And like, even if they do change, like, oh, well, now party members don't leave your menu. What are you tripping on? Oh, there was a ledge there. Even if they change it where party members don't leave your like, if you can, like, once you recruit someone to be able to join you, that you can just get them at any time from the party member menu. It's still going to change the fact that the cutscenes are unsure of who you have with you at the time, so it's not gonna have dialogue for them, because, you know, they would have to rewrite cutscenes to be like, oh, well, you know, now we're gonna allow Lao. I should have picked a different character. You know, we're gonna allow L to speak up during these cutscenes because now we're not gonna assume he's not here just in case he's not here. It's like, you know, that would require them writing new dialogue and editing the cutscenes to... Wait, where's the... There it is. It would require writing new dialogue and adjusting cutscenes to allow moments for those characters to speak up, and, you know, ideally also have story characters who were there to begin with respond, so it's not just them shouting some line and then no one says anything about that. You know, no one replies and then it just carries on. Like someone editing a YouTube video where they just like insert themselves into the cutscene. I'm trying to think of an example of where they did that in like TV. Actually, wait. Didn't Forrest Gump do that? With like, they edited, was it Tom Hanks? They edited him into archived presidential footage to make it look like he was meeting the president. So then you have like, you know, you have obviously the guy who was never actually there in the footage being in the footage. But then the president's not going to actually acknowledge, you know, the president's not going to actually say, "Oh, thank you for your service, Forrest Gump," or whatever's going on in that scene, because the actual president doesn't know Tom Hanks is there, because he wasn't there. Like, imagine if X did that with the party members. It's like, yeah, sure, now Doug will speak up in this cutscene, but then everyone just ignores him because he wasn't originally in that cutscene. But yeah, it's stuff like that that really makes me apprehensive about the definitive edition. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, oh, you shouldn't buy it because it's not gonna be good. It's like, no, if you've already played X and you like X, definitely get definitive edition because I'm sure it'll be awesome. You know, I have a lot of faith in Monolith to make a really good. I was gonna say ports. I got you know the definitive edition, because the definitive edition of the first game was awesome. There were so many good quality of life changes in that. You know, not to mention the graphical update. And also the, you know, the additional content of Future Connected. What are you running for? Where are you gonna go in the astral plane? It's like, imagine being trapped on an island and then you run away. Yeah, let's take him in. Oh, good. We don't have to chase him. Wow, that's pause. Cool. Yeah, I trust Monolith to make a really good definitive edition because they have a good track record of improving upon their past work, not just with definitive edition, but also, you know, sequels, adding quality of life features that weren't in previous games, or, you know, adding in ideas from other games, like, I'm trying to think, so I know Xenoblade 3 has a feature where you can press a button and it'll show you a path to your objective. I think that's iterating off of an idea from X. And I don't think 2 did that, and I don't think Definitive Edition of Xenoblade 1 did that. I actually forget which came first, Definitive Edition of 1 or 3. Excuse me. But, you know, my point remains that as you go through all of the Xenoblade games, including the Definitive Editions, you know, the one Definitive Edition that currently exists, like, I trust them to make a really good second Definitive Edition. I just don't know that they're going to fix all of the things I complain about, because I complain about some pretty fundamental problems with that game that I don't think is in the scope of a definitive edition to do. Alright, I was thinking I had to talk to him. Like, no, he's just a guy. Apparently I've never been up here. Common material code. Get out of here with that nonsense. Give me premium. You know, like, it's one thing for Skyward Sword HD to reduce the amount of times Phi pops up to interrupt you to tell you something you already know. Like, those are cutscenes that you can just cut out of the game because they don't affect the story. It's just Phi making sure you're paying attention. But it'd be another thing to edit the story so that Girahim doesn't exist or something like that. Or to edit it so that Girahim shows up more. Like, that's... Oh, I still haven't found any of your friends? Jeez. I'm not paying enough attention. Yeah, like, it's kind of something along that lines. You could easily remove stuff that didn't matter. Or easily add, like, objective markers onto objectives. But it's another thing entirely to change something so fundamental to the way the game is, to the way the experience is. You know, such as making a character show up more in cutscenes, because that would require you to edit the cutscenes to make sense that they're showing up again or talking more. Well, I guess talking more is easier than showing up again. But like, imagine if Skyward Sword HD changed it so that Girahim chases you around Elden Volcano. It's like, that wasn't in the original. That would be an entirely new thing. Whoops, you can't hover. That would be more work than simply reducing the amount of times Phi says, hey, did you see that thing that just happened? A thing just happened. I think I'm talking in circles again. Jeez, that has been a real problem for me lately, I think. Gotta shift the topic to something else, I guess. So I was drinking water because I was talking a lot. And now my throat is a little dry. Okay, I can go back to... That's not beast. I can go back to here, to the tents. And I can find one of the people. So I found the guy on the high spaces. This should be the guy. He's not the guy. I am. So I just need to find a dog lover. I'm sure that... Yes. I'm sure that we had already passed this place, but this guy wasn't here. Or maybe he was. We just don't have any reason to talk to him. So there's that done. What's left? Okay. I've done 8 of 8 blue, and I've only done 1, or I'm missing 1 red. What am I missing? Okay, well, I think something is supposed to have shown up now that we've done, excuse me, one of the quests. So let's go back to the hideout. Oh, is that another thing I've never gotten? I like how you can tell it's a layer below where the ladder lets up. It's like, it couldn't just be a ladder up to a chest. It had to also make me go down the stairs once and spiral around to get the chest. So I think I mentioned before that I started playing Skylander Swap Force again. Are you hideout? Yeah, I'm replaying it because I recently finished Skylanders Giants. Are you the guy who I was supposed to give the key to? Yeah, okay, I did. Haven't been paying enough attention to make sure I got that done. Yeah, I've been enjoying... I think I've been enjoying Swap Force more than I was enjoying Giants. And I'm not really sure why. Because I liked Giants, but for some reason I find Swap Force more compelling. And I don't know what's different. Because at its core, it is just more Skylanders. But with like a different core idea. You know, Giants had the Giants, who were giant, and did a lot of things involving being really strong. But they didn't really come up that much, so you could really play with like any Skylander. Whereas Swap Force, I mean, that's kind of how the Skylanders gimmicks usually are, is that you don't need the gimmick. It just gives you certain benefits to have a character with the gimmick. So like with Giants, you really only needed the one Giant. And they give you one in the starter kit. Which, if I remember correctly, costs the same as just a game on its own. So it's like you might as well just get the starter kit and get some new Skylanders. You know, get some new Skylanders out of the deal. Even if you already have a portal. But that's beyond the point. Like, Giants introduces Giants, and you don't really need to use it. And then Swap Force has the Swap Force guys. And that really only comes up when there's like it's a part of the level where it's like, hey, you need a Swap Force guy to do this thing. But you can ignore it. You can ignore that part of the level. It's not mandatory. Which, now that I think about it, it's kind of funny that I'm such an advocate for Skylanders being like, oh, you don't need to buy all the Skylanders. You get everything you need in the starter kit, and everything else is just completionism. But then it's like my favorite one is the one where there actually is, like the gimmick actually does show up in the middle of a level, and it will like not force you to do it. That sounds wrong, but it, you know, the gameplay style will change, and it'll be like, hey, you need this thing, which again is included in the starter kit, so you're not. It's not like you're slammed in the face with a $20 price tag to finish the game. Like, if you bought the starter kit, you got everything you need to beat it. But it's funny to think that of all the gimmicks they've done, the only one, or the one that is my personal favorite, is the one that actually does show up in the middle of the level that you can't ignore, which would be the cars and superchargers. Which is, like, the starter kit gives you a car. So you don't need a car. You just need, you know, if you want to do completionism, you need a plane and you need a boat. Which, if you bought the 3DS version, which is a different style of game, it's racing exclusive. Whereas the home console version is, you know, a traditional Skylanders game. A beat 'em up that also has vehicle sections. Like, the only thing that interrupts the levels is the cars. So if you don't have a plane or a boat, you don't... Well, I mean, you don't have to worry about not having a plane or a boat, because it's not going to force... it's not going to force you to have them. It only expects you to have the car, which it already gave you.
Yes, I'll go, but... All right. I'm ready to go right now.
Give me a minute. Where am I missing a thing? Okay, I gotta consult the guide. What is this Discord ping? I can check that later. But yeah, like, traditionally, like, as far as I can think of, all the Skylanders games, you're never forced to do the gimmick. You never have to engage with it. So, but even in the case of superchargers, where, you know, there will be vehicle sections with the car in the middle of the story mode, you don't need a supercharger character. So if you're working on, like if you just want to play a Spyro the whole time, you can do that. The games will allow you to do that. And Spyro, well, I can't say like, oh, he hasn't gotten a figure since the first game, but he's not a character who gets versions that get the gimmick. The characters that get a gimmick are always new ones. Except in the case of superchargers, where they brought back, like, certain ones. I was going to say from the first game, but I think they're all over the place with which games they come from. Oh, right, because Rollerball, I glanced over my shelf. Rollerball got a supercharger version, but she was introduced in Swap Force. So it's not the first game. I keep forgetting what I'm coming in here to look for. But yeah, if you like, that's I think a thing that people don't understand about Skylanders is that if you have one particular favorite character, you can just keep playing with them, like through all the games, no problem. And sure, you'll need a car when it comes to superchargers, but they give you a car. They gave you Donkey Kong's car. Or at least if you buy the Wii U version like I did. Okay, let's see. So I have... Okay, that's chapter 2, so none. Lost in the Fog. This is only available once you've completed the other 7 red cases and 8 blue cases. Okay, I did that one. Oh. Was a dangerous dump part of the defective detector? Because it says there's only 1 human who attacks you and 3 hydras. Wasn't that what happened when we were in the dump and we found the thief and he attacked? So that's the 1 human. And then the 3 hydras, which were the worms, I think. You know, the mold worms. Lost cat search, chimera search. Go to the marker in the southeast, going to find a passionate man. Yeah, that's the one with the guy I scared. National investigation. Here we go. This case is not marked on the map. After leaving a dangerous dump, continue east, and you'll see a ramp leading up. Behind the ramp is a short path leading to a yellow-rimmed dumpster. Pick up the dumpster with Arm Legion, and you'll find cracked red ground. I think that's what I'm missing. Which you apparently have to complete a dangerous dump to do that, and like I said, I think I did that. I think that's the one with the thief. So now I just have to find the ramp, which I think I know the ramp. I think I know the dumpster. I just have to get there. So not this ramp. Passionate man, passionate man. I don't think I'm going the right way. Okay, well, here's the dump. So I guess I was going the right way. So under... Excuse me. Your arm. Sorry, Bo. There. Oh yeah, I forgot. One of the things I changed when I was doing abilities was I upped Axe Legion's speed, and he's still the slowest, I think, but at least he doesn't feel like the slowest. Scare him again. Yeah, he's still the slowest, but he's not. He doesn't feel like the slowest. He doesn't feel like an absolute slog to move around. Okay. But yeah, back on the train of thought of, like, I don't know what it is about Swap Force that makes me like it more. I don't want to say it's the Skylanders that I'm using, because I think all of them are good. I think Skylanders is a game that does a really good job at making every character fun to play. And some definitely more than others. Like, I certainly have my favorites. But I don't think any of them are bad. Or, you know, or unfun to play as. I don't know if that's a thing that needs distinction. The distinction between not fun and bad. I don't know if a character can be bad, but also still fun to play as. I guess that makes sense. Get down. Do I have a picture of you? Hang on. You're a new guy. Because you got more health than typical. That's what made me think about that. He's back up in the sky. There. Perfect call. Take that, man. Wait, gun. Sword. Gladius, whatever it's called. There. Yeah, I don't know if I would say it was like the Skylanders available to me in Giants just aren't as fun as the ones I've been playing as in Swap Force. Because I think the ones I've been playing as are cool. Like, there are some that I thought I undervalued before. Like this guy, Slam Bam, I think his name is. It's this four-armed guy who's, like, his whole deal is, like, ice. Which I just realized that both Pokemon, like, both the Pokemon card game and Skylanders lump ice underwater. It's just kind of funny to me. Sometimes it's a unique element, and sometimes it's not. And both of those things decided that it's not. Oh, I already have a picture of you. Also, Avatar, The Last Airbender, / Legend of Korra. You know, not to be confused with James Cameron's Avatar. Which I think in the case of bending, it kind of makes sense that ice and water are the same thing. Because you also have things like lava is counted as earth. Well, a combination of earth and fire. But, like, that's kind of like earth in a different state. So you can move that. I think technically it counts as just earth. So I'm remembering now, because there is one character who can lava bend, and he can only do earth. Because unless you're the Avatar, you only get one element. You know, how about some of this? Not crouching. This. If I can remember how to do this. It's a fun way to get my health back. Okay, there. Now I should be able to find the fog one. Yeah, anyway, I got kind of sidetracked there. There. Now Lost in the Fog is right over here. Like, I can't remember. But I know there was a character. Hang on, let me see. Oh, wait, that's not gonna help. This train of thought has many stops, and I don't know that I can explain them all. I'll try to unravel the tangle after we figure out what's going on here. Hey you, yes you over there, hang on. There was a lot of fog around here a moment ago. I couldn't see a thing. If somebody or something was on the prowl around here, then I... Oh, sorry, let me back up, okay? Let's go somewhere a little more calm, and I'll start at the beginning. Okay, this should be calm enough. Are you sure? You sure it's really that different? Well, I guess we're near camp. I'm trying to find the truth about that fog. It's not normal. It's terrifying. Have you heard the rumor that's been floating around? They say that when the city is enveloped in thick fog, monsters hiding within snatch people away. Sounds like a pretty standard yokai myth to me. Look, it's a fact someone always goes missing on foggy days, and those happen way too often. One of those missing people is my fiance. That's why I'm determined to find out the truth. Did you see anything in there? Any monsters? Or people? I know my fiance is still out there somewhere in that fog. Yeah, leave it to me. It's such a relief, I feel so alone. Let's wait here until the fog comes back. Leave it to me. I'm leaving Olive hanging, but it's fine, we can do this. It's the nature of side quests, unfortunately. Sometimes you just gotta lack story agency to be able to just do all the side quests. Search the fog. I don't suppose Beast can help, can it? No, because it's not scent tracking, and the only other thing it can track is digging. Okay, so trying to unravel that train of thought I just had. What's going on? So there was a character. I remember the designers had realized, like, part of the design philosophy for Skylanders should emphasize spammable attacks. And I forget which game he debuted in. It's either the first one or the second one. I think he was in the first. I'm pretty sure I played him in the first game. And that character is Trigger Happy, who they were originally going to design as having to spend money to fire his guns, because his thing is that he fires coins from his guns. And he's built around, like, money. Guns and money. Very American of him. So, like, one of his attacks is he throws a safe. And actually, I think some versions it's a pot of gold. I forget if that's an upgrade or if it's originally a pot of gold and then you upgrade it to a safe. But I have a version of him sitting on my desk here, and I was going to look at his base, because the color of the base is different depending on which game they come from. But the problem with that is that I can't do that with this figure because he's a variant, and the colors are different for variants. The fog is gone, but I'm not giving up. I'll be here with the back to the video. Do I have to talk to her again to wait for the fog to come back? I hope this is not a Lost Woods thing. I'm sorry, jeez. I hope that wasn't terrible to hear. I accidentally hit my headphones on my mic. Well, the pop filter. I was trying to look over at my shelf to see if I have a version of Trigger Happy that's the original version. I think I do. Oh, shoot, did I? It's a Lost Woods thing, I think. You go the wrong way, then you have to wait for the fog to come back. Thankfully, there's an option to make it come back immediately, and it's not like waiting for rain to happen in a Xenoblade game. But yeah, if Trigger Happy was a character they designed in the first game, then I guess that's a design philosophy that comes through more with the characters from the, you know, Giants onwards, probably. Do I have to follow the one with the flashing tail? I mean, that's certainly a unique trait of that one. The other one didn't have a flashing tail, I think. It's kind of funny, actually. They're trying to trip me up by having one skitter about in different directions. It's a more interesting version of the keep the eye on the thing puzzle that games so often like to do. Don't have time for you. Don't have time for you. Jump off the ladder. He went that way. You again? Did I get a picture of you? Oh no, they're merging. They're Ninetales now. My Vulpix evolved into a Ninetales. Well, I hope I got a picture of them before. Ow. Ow. Maybe I should use gun. Oh, don't. Not camera. Trying to change weapons. Ouch. How about you get stunned? Oh, you're immune? That makes sense. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's like, I don't know that the design philosophy between Giants and Swap Force really changed all that much. So I don't know if it really is that they're just the new ones that I've been playing as are more fun than the old ones. But that could be it. I think another thing is they introduced the ability to jump in Swap Force, which is kind of crazy to me because I started with Swap Force, so I've only ever played the Skylanders games where you could jump. So it was weird to me to find out that that wasn't something you could do always. Anyway, where's Blue Shield? Here's some of that. Oh, wait. Let me make sure I didn't. Okay, good. Should have dodged. Behind. Yeah, I'm just wondering if, like, maybe the ability to jump just makes the level design more engaging. Gotta eat them. But I don't know if that, like, I don't know if that's really true. Like, would the difference really matter that much? Whether you can or cannot jump? To make levels just more engaging? Because I think, like, the overall design is still pretty similar to what the levels have been doing. Oh no, that Chimera was the husband, wasn't he? Or the fiancé. He turned into a Ninetales. I keep running over boxes. Rid of the spring. It's the only thing that we'll be free from the fog forever. Premium material code, thanks. Thanks for a premium material code. And probably the ring to sell to get money. Jeez. I was hoping it wouldn't take an hour to do all that stuff, but it took an hour to do all that stuff. Let's hope it doesn't take another hour to do the next thing. We're gonna meet up with Olive. Yeah, I'm also wondering if, like, maybe the levels in Swap Force are more visually appealing. But that's also something that I would have to go back to Giants to remember how the levels looked. But I feel like the Swap Force levels have more emphasis on them being Skylands, you know, Sky Islands. But it feels weird to think that the first 2 games didn't, because, you know, it's called Skylanders. It's been called that since the beginning. So why would they not design the levels to make everything look like it's in the sky?
Hang on. I'm getting a call from Hal.
Hang on, I'm skipping the cutscene. Find a safe route. Let me see if I can find Okay. Let me... Right, it's not the pause button. Let me check the guide. Let me peek at it real quick, see if... Because I think this is where I'm... Yep, hidden red case in the sewers. It's found before you even begin your sneaking mission. Interesting. So we can get this done, like, right now. Jeez. That's awesome. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Ow. Drop a can. Gonna have to recycle that if you drop a can. Use duct. Get out of here. You get out of here. You're not supposed to be here. This is where I would make other... This is where I would make some jokes about, like, the canned dialogue in Elder Scrolls games. For, like, when you're trespassing and someone's like, you're not supposed to be here. Leave or I'll call the guards. But, like, it... Just saying that wouldn't put in your head, unless you know what I'm talking about, to immediately think of an Elder Scrolls game. Like, unless you've played one, you probably wouldn't think that. You wouldn't get the joke. You wouldn't realize the joke was even being made. Hello? I go through the door. Yeah, what I can definitely say for sure about Skylanders Swap Force is that it's cool. The whole gimmick of the game is that you have these characters who swap, which I know probably surprises you to hear that the characters in Swap Force swap. But the question is, what do they swap? And the answer is neat. They swap their lower halves. They split in half, and you can swap the legs of one character and put it on another. Which might not, you know, it might sound like, well, why would you do that? It's because the legs give them different powers. So you can put the powers of one character on another character. Kind of combine 2 characters in one, essentially letting you customize your own Skylander in a way. They specifically have to be a Swap Force character, so you can't just swap, you know, you can't swap Spyro's legs with whoever you want. He's not a Swap Force character, so you can't do that. But if there's a character who's like, I'm trying to figure out which one is paints the best picture of what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't remember. Okay, so there's this guy, Fire Kraken, and his leg ability. You know, it's pretty much every Skylander has 3 buttons that they get for special abilities and attacks, and one of those powers for the Swap Force characters is tied to their legs. So pretty much, if you have a character who you like, you know, well, I can't say 2 out of 3 of, because it's not like you get to pick which skill changes. But, like, the example I was going to give was, like, Fire Kraken. His legs give him the ability to, like, throw fireworks around. So if you like that ability, if you like being able to throw fireworks around, and then he's also got this one where if you hold the button, he lights a fuse, and then after a certain time, there's a big explosion. If you like that, but then let's say you like, Magna Charge's gun better. Like, you could put Magna Charge on... Oh, I got new glasses. If you put Magna Charge's top on Firekraken's bottom, now you can fire Magna Charge's gun and throw fireworks with Firekraken's ability. And then also have whatever that third thing was that Magna Charge has. His second of his upper body abilities, which I don't remember what it was. I think it's magnets. I think you press a button and it attracts... It attracts an object or enemy, and then you can throw that at someone. Actually, wait, the case is complete now, right? So I should just be able to leave, and even if I didn't fully complete it, I can easily... That was B. I can easily start back over, because this is a new chapter. Yeah, there we go. All red, all blue. Experience doesn't matter, because I'm already max level. And then I guess when we come back, I'm trying to find the 3 things I'm missing in this file. Also, before I go, I want to say, like, I think the Swap Force characters are really well designed. They did a really good job of making, like, all the characters look cool on other characters' parts. It's just a really cool idea for the figures, and they executed it pretty well. Okay, I'm going on break now. Okay. 1 missing here. 2 missing here. Let's hope I can realize when chapter 1 becomes chapter 2. Oh, of course, we're gonna start it. We're gonna start at the same place, where we just were before the sewers, the hideout. So when we're no longer in hideout, that's when it's chapter 2. I think I'm just gonna start skipping stuff. And it is at this point when you can do this whenever you want. The last chapter in the game. The last file. How did I miss Runs in the Family? Like genuinely, how did I miss that? It's on the map. It's on my thing. I can just look. I can pause and I can look and I can see that it's there. Like, it's understandable that I would miss the hidden stuff because it's hidden. Also, I want to do this one again because this is the one I was talking about, where you do quote-unquote magic tricks for a girl using your legions. Your legion. Not really sure if it's... I forget if the game says it is plural or not. I think they did say, because I think when I realized, like, oh yeah, legion, as in, like, you know, plural, of, like a legion of army, a legion of people, then it's like, oh, well, you wouldn't say just one, and then the cutscene did. There was dialogue that said it's legions. Some telekinesis. Can lift stuff with my mind. Went flying. I mean, it fell. I wouldn't call falling flying. It did move and then fell. I can even float. Wow, that does work. I've always done Beast Legion for that, but yeah, armor works too. Or arm. This mode. Whatever it's called. Flight is 1. Oh wow, I didn't realize that would make you hover. Where am I going? Is it still marked? It unmarked it. I'm going the wrong way. I think it's less energy expensive to use Beast Legion. But I like that Arm Legion does feel pretty decently fast. If you're okay with mashing B to do it. Alright, what runs in the family? Whose family? Oh, you come here. Oh, it's the graffiti artists again. I know you're not a cop anymore. Not only that, you're a fugitive to boot. Why a boot? Why can't it be a sneaker? Compare that to a little authorized artwork. Can't be that bad, right? You and I are not the same thing. Hope you have a chance to try. Are you game? They're gonna run away. Catch all 3 of us before we finish our masterpieces. You win. We'll disappear. No checking out. Ready? Go. Get over here. Okay, now we're gonna go back the other way, wherever the other guys went. I think they're the red on the map. Need a faster Legion. Wrapped him. There. Okay. Other guy's down that way. Can't jump off this ladder. I don't know if this was the right way to go around. Gotcha. You win. We give up. Let's promise you'll never see us again. At least not around here. Art is everlasting and the whole arc is our canvas. Well, it's been fun. We'll see it again someday. Bye. I appreciate that those guys show up multiple times. Like, they show up... The first time was like, what, file 1? Or no, not 1. 2 or 3? You know, when you're in your first, like, real mission. And then they showed up again when we were cleaning up, and now here. And same with the drug dealers and Carlos, who was intent on bringing them down. Like, I was talking over it, but we helped Carlos bring down the boss. We helped him win. Okay, now I gotta head to the ARI, so I guess that's back this way. I mean, it is back this way. It's where the marker is. It's like that's how you continue. So we just did the one I was missing, so let's go do the other two. And you know what? As long as they don't take a million years to figure out, which they probably won't because this is the final mission, so it's like, you know, it's the final area. Like, how much of that is there to explore? And I don't think it's going to be like the last one, where you got to complete all the other 8 and 7 cases. You know, 8 blue, 7 red, to be able to do the final thing. So, you know, knock on wood, I think we'll finish it tonight. Even if I have to go a little long. Because I don't think they're going to get that involved. They're probably just like secret areas or something.
Here we are. I bet we'll
And then
find
the last, I'm sure the last chapter of this file is going to be the final boss fight. So as long as I don't make it to the final boss, I should be good. Maybe I should
Iris startup.
check outside.
Iris shut
And
down.
also check my map. Okay, nothing right now. I don't know if it's like the thing is everything is locked.
Too quiet.
Yeah, I don't think
aren't even any guards.
I can go anywhere else.
Something is definitely
I can
up
only
here.
go forward.
Even if it is a trap, we can't turn back now.
Excuse me. This would be a good time to hide. Something that you gotta shoot with Bow Legion up there with the bacon. You know what? I took that elevator last time. Let's take this one. That must be it. That must be the thing I'm missing. It's taking all the elevators.
What on earth is Yosef working on here?
I can't even imagine. He kept saying he was the only one who can save humankind. But does he even care about humankind anymore? You saw them. The clones. What kind of person would do something like that?
Akira.
Whatever he's doing, it's wrong. And we've got to stop him.
What is it?
The elevator.
I knew I should have took the same elevator from before.
If you can get these doors open, we can get out of here. Do you copy? We got out of the elevator. Olive? Olive! It's no use. I can't get through.
Radio jamming. Between that and the elevator shut down, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Aha, I was gonna say, I feel like they did hide a bow thing here that I already got. Weren't there 2? I feel like there were 2. Guess it's just the one. Oh, cutscene. Cloning vats. We gotta fight other Akiras. See, this is where I realized it's like, oh right, this is the hospital you go to visit Akira after he gets injured that one time,
How many of them are there?
and then the clones happen. They sample his DNA at the hospital after he got injured, you know, he got injured by Jenna. So the ironic thing is that in injuring, when Jenna injured Akira, she played into her enemy's hand. And that definitely gave me a lot more appreciation for the story. Like, I like when characters have plans that people unknowingly play into like that. Like when they're... Xenoblade 1 does something kind of similar, where there is an enemy force who ends up playing into a different enemy's hand unknowingly. Just completely ironically. I guess I can't say ironically, because it's like, you know, not like memes ironically. But like, you know what I mean. The ironic thing is that they played into the enemy's hand. You know, they thought they were fighting them, but then they were doing exactly as they anticipated. But, you know, in a clever way, not just like a, oh, you thought I was weak to that, but actually I heal from it kind of, you know, bullcrap move. Forgot I'm skipping stuff now. But the secret is that you jump in this pod and it teleports you to a different future. Like Futurama when you get cryogenically frozen. I mean, not teleported, but you know what I mean. Transported. Wait, then what's this way? Get unstuck from the door. Oh, you're a window. Oops. This reminds me of one time I was helping clean the family van, and a window was open, but I looked at it and I went, wow, that glass is so clean, it's like you can't even see it. It was wound down. It wasn't super clean, it just wasn't there. It didn't look like it wasn't there, it just wasn't there. Oh. I did that last time too.
They're all redshifted. Akira was right. Something's going on here.
Oh, I don't have pictures of that guy. Or that guy. Oh, they're just researcher variants of aberrations. That's all. Where'd Akira go? Why is he not helping? Oh, Howl is still on cooldown. It's like, do the Howl. Also, unfortunately, in taking off Call Burst, I also lost Chimera Analyzer on Beast, but I believe I still have it on Axe. Maybe not. Or maybe so, I forget. I know it makes boss health bars show up. I wasn't paying attention if these guys had health bars before I pulled Axe out. D.
Akira! Wait! Akira! Ah, crap! Let's find a new route, quick!
I still feel like I should have a Legion that could blow that up. It's like Axe Legion should be able to blow that. He blows everything else up. Hang on, I gotta get pictures. When did I switch to bow? I don't remember doing that. Don't slide that way. Still don't have anything else. Any cases showing up. I feel like whatever I'm missing is probably like secret boss fights or something. You can already see the red on the map. Akira clones are gonna attack. Get with the slow shot. Gonna bring arm out. No, do the... That's not what I wanted. I wanted... Fine. Beat up this guy who got just accidentally chain bound. This fight is won. Excuse me. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Boosh. And I ran out of energy. And I don't have energy givers. It's fine. I got came back pretty quickly actually. I don't know what's up with that. I didn't think my energy was supposed to come back that fast. Apparently it does. I almost wonder if I'm supposed to like backtrack now. Like I'm supposed to realize that crystals went away and now I can go back this way. But the map is pretty clear that that's a dead end, so I don't think there's anything over there even if I could go over there. Oh, ooh. Seems like a job for Arm Legion, so I don't step in the stuff. Pictures. Yeah, this is really where I should be doing this. Sure to actually punch the guy. Hang on, wait. Let's get power charge going first, and then fight as one. Get him from behind. Did I just miss with a floating fist that has much more range than any normal arm? Go that way, or I could come over here and get a chest. Surprising. Wow. Walk down a hallway and there's a chest. This looks like the room we were just in fighting people. Oh yeah, the ice guy. Sure, get your photo. You know, I'm just gonna do this. Not crouch, come on! Oh, it doesn't even pull out the music with the lyrics. It's still on the sad music. Can I cancel this? Something. So I could, like, save the other half of the meter or something. Because I got my health back now. That's really what I wanted. Now, I believe I have both super armor, like, both of the stun resistance types on Arm Legion right now. So I shouldn't have to worry about getting stunned. B. Okay, but what if I go back? Oh, can't. Game said no. I probably shouldn't be wasting time picking up red matter. Because I'm not going for red matter completion. But it's just so enticing. It's right there. This really feels like Skyward Sword. It's like, ooh, cut this way. Now cut this way. But it's funny, I was thinking about how it's like Skyward Sword and how they really remember to use all the legions, like how Skyward Sword remembers to use all the items. And then it's like, oh, right, but also it's like Skyward Sword in how cut diagonally? Wow, you cut diagonally. Ooh, you solved the puzzle.
Great. Looks like we'll need the Axe Legion to get through this.
You didn't have to say that. I knew. The player should be used to this by now. To use Axe Legion to get through gas. And then also, I remember this section. You want Beast Legion.
Think faster, we're done for. Ride the Beast Legion to get through.
Ow. Hey, what? Ow. Like, I know I don't do great at this section, but I didn't think I would do that bad.
Ride the Beast Legion to get through.
Okay, lesson learned. Stay away from the purples. Even though they're gonna put red matter in the path. Can't imagine. You know, I wonder if there are people who search for not just like enough red matter completion to get the achievements for it, but also enough red matter, like 100% of the red matter cleaned up. I bet those kinds of people hate that section. You know, if the red matter in there even counts for 100%, which it probably does. Kind of racking my brain right now, trying to think of like what else, what could I have been missing? What else is left in this level? Also, I think this is the section from the very first cutscene where they're making Sword Legion. You know, this guy. Remember this room, Sword Legion? Good memories, right? Stop being stunned. How about I get out of... Stop shooting me. Let me do a skill. Well, that lasted. I could use a drink. I think they're not sending out their legions. These guys are super annoying to fight when they have legions. I would know because there's like challenges. I think I mentioned before, there's like extra challenges you can do that's like entirely combat scenarios. And one of the combat scenarios is just fighting a bunch of these guys with their legions. And it was pretty annoying. But also part of my annoyance was trying to get pictures of all their legions, just to make sure. Stop being stunned. Axe Legion. How about a bomb? You guys like bombs? Oh, these aren't pies. They're bombs. How does it go? Oh, these weren't made in a pie factory. They were made in a bomb factory. They're bombs. Like, that's actually how it goes. I think I have an ability on Axe Legion that makes it generate more energy. I know it did something along that line. Something along the lines of like, well, Axe Legion seems to use up a lot of energy, so how about I put this on? I assume it's a case of like, the energy comes back faster if you don't let it run out. I'm already past getting points for not letting it drop below 50%. Okay, but what if I go back? What if I go here? What if I jump through the window? What if birds had hands? Don't tell me this is it. Ooh. Okay, well, I guess it's time to ride the elevator all the way up to the break room. I'll tell you about that time I saw a deer again.
Chimera's outside too? Damn, here they come.
Ow. I didn't think they were going to hit me with that. Okay, well, apparently I can't hit them with the sweep. I will eat you! Keep wanting to make that an Orendi quote. But she says, stand here or I will eat you. Which doesn't really work when I'm already at an advantage over my enemy. Also, there is no or to it. I will eat them. Regardless of whether they stand there or not. You get pictures? Hello? How about... Ah, I'm frozen. Okay, and then... Get you with the axe. Aha, you require axe. Well, good thing I already have. Get him. Still alive? There. And now I eat you. Oh, hello. More ice. I swear, this is like the introduction of ice. The very last chapter. Or, you know, file. Whatever. It's like, where have you been all game? I didn't realize how good of a hitbox that tornado has. That is a good move. Yep. Can't help but think of Genshin Impact with these slime guys. Because that game also has a lot of slimes. A lot of elemental slimes. And they could be pretty annoying to deal with. Especially the ice ones. Camera. Oh, yeah, I got a picture. Well, that was easy. Yoink. Getting the shaft. But I didn't get the shaft. I don't own this elevator. I did not obtain it.
Over there. We better go too.
Okay, whatever I'm looking for, I think I missed it by now. So I will now consult the guide. Okay. So I gotta start over, but that's fine, because I figured I was gonna. Seems like the first thing I missed was an instance... Oh, by the way, that's the final boss. It was an instance where the game does not tell you need to turn back to find something new, but if you turn back, you will find something new. No, not there. There. Birdman, get in here! Have a seat. Not there. There! Can I skip this part? No. I can't skip the part where the text is showing up telling me what file I'm on and the definition of the word that they're using. There we go.
Brenda hooked me up with a floor map, so I can handle navigation.
Oops, I skipped beast. There we go.
Lead the way.
It's quiet in there. Too quiet.
There aren't even any guards. Something is definitely
I'm taking this
up
elevator
here.
this time.
Even if it is a trap, we can't turn back now.
Nothing could possibly go wrong in this elevator.
What on earth is Yosef working on here?
I can't even imagine. He kept saying he was the only one who can save humankind. But does he even care about humankind anymore? You saw them. The clones. What kind of person would do something like that?
Akira.
Whatever he's doing, it's wrong. And we've got to stop him.
What is it?
Ah, man, I knew I should have taken the other elevator.
Floor through the crack. If you can... Do you copy?
I'm going the wrong way.
Elevator.
I'm always trailing behind Akira on this point, I swear.
Olive? Olive! It's no use. I can't get through.
Radio jamming? Between that and the elevator shutdown, I've got a bad feeling about this.
I'm not picking up the bow item again. Let's just go. You can see it in the cutscene. Yeah, there we go. We've been trying to do like
How many of them
this whole
are
time.
there? They're all me. No, they're not. They're not me. They're not me. Die!
It does beg the question, is our Akira even the real Akira? Or is he a clone too? Which one is the original? And I almost feel like the game wants you to be asking that question. I guess I might as well talk about the ending, since we've already come this far in this game. And I've talked about a lot of spoilers already. So, and the ending, when you beat the final boss, all the Akira clones go into they basically get eaten by the boss, they merge with it, and then they use that to their advantage to destroy it. Actually, I skipped a step in that story. So when the final boss forms, it eats a bunch of the clones, including Akira. So it makes you think like Akira died. Oh, nice, got an S+. It kind of frames it as him getting killed as the boss consumes them. And then the part with, like, they take control and, like, use that to beat the boss. Because, like, Yosef is also part of the amalgamation of them. And then when you beat the boss, they beat him up. And then, like, that's how the day is won. And then it's like, oh, well, I guess Akira's dead. See, this was what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to follow these guys. Which is funny. Like, it's actually kind of cool that there's a thing that shows up if you ask the question, hey, I wonder where these guys go. Because it turns out, actually, no, they're not just set dressing. They really do go somewhere. They don't just despawn. I don't know where I'm following them to, but I'm supposed to follow them. Oh, okay. Follow them right into a new boss fight. Jeez, he kind of looks like me when I do the merge. It's kind of scary. Hang on, I gotta get it. I've already... What? How do I already have a picture? Okay, I already have a picture. So yeah, the ending makes you think like, oh, all the Akiras got eaten up by the final boss. Akira heroically sacrificed himself to win. But then it turns out that, you know, once after the credits roll and stuff and you're in the, like, the post game, there was one clone left. And, you know, part of me wants to believe that that's the real Akira and that you never lost your brother. But it also makes sense in a bit of a way if you lose Akira too, because you know you lose your dad. So if you also lose Akira, you know, it's heroic sacrifice. Nice to see you, Grandy. Glad you showed up while I'm talking spoilers. Cool. But it doesn't really matter because I wasn't really putting them in context anyway. And we're not gonna watch like we're not gonna do the final boss fight and actually watch the story stuff I was just saying, so I don't know, take that as you will, I guess. But nice to see you. Enjoy lurking. This should be the last Astral Chain stream, I think, because I'm missing this fight here. And then one other thing, which I'm gonna read a guide to find, because I've missed it before. And then that's it. So once we find this last thing I'm missing, that's it. Which also means that you may end up only watching like 5 minutes of the stream and it'll be like, oh, I found the last thing. Well, that's it. See you Monday, bye. But why do I keep doing that? I know pause is not plus. Okay, guide, what is the last thing? Aberration research. This fight is against aberrations and hazmat suits. That's just stuff about how to get S. Fight against Ake. How did I know the voiceover pronounced it different than it looks like it says, but yeah, that's the ice guy. Hall of Terrors. Don't know which one that was. Then there's the Ravens, which takes place in that one room that I pointed out. It's from the first cutscene. Okay, here we go. This is a secret case. After completing Raven's Revenge, go all the way to the elevator room, but before getting in, turn around and head back to the Raven's room. So that's it. We gotta go all the way back to the elevators, but this time don't get in. Now I like how the one I just did was telegraphed with the guys running away. Ironically, running into a worse threat than what they were dealing with before. Although, I guess I can't say that, because it was either go encounter that guy, and I don't know where they went while I was fighting him. I assume they got away. But it's fight that guy, you know, run into that guy, or turn into one of these guys. So they did get away, I like to think. You know, they made the right choice running away. But it's funny that they run into a bigger threat than... Well, okay, I guess this is basically dying, so I can't say a bigger threat. They're both death. But the other one, they presumably got away from. So I guess it's not ironic. It's they made the right choice. But I don't know if the other thing is going to be telegraphed. And, you know, being telegraphed in a cool way is objectively better than not being telegraphed, because one is cool and the other you can't say anything about because they didn't.
Wait, Akira! Crap. Let's find a new route, quick.
No thanks. Not interested.
Good. The path is blocked. Must have tripped the emergency defenses. Try your iris. Maybe you can find their controls. Use your legion to destroy them.
I don't think he gave me that dialogue before. I wonder if it was because I walked too close to the edge of the thing, so the game assumed I, excuse me, didn't know what I was doing. Okay, so here's the Ake, whatever it was. How did it pronounce? Iris? Don't know how correct that is.
A real tough customer just showed up.
I like how Hal has that line. A real tough customer showed up, because the guide says, like, oh, if you think this will be an easy S+, you're going to be humbled. So Hal is correct. It is one tough customer, or whatever he said. I already forgot. I'm going to pull out my arms. I'm just trying to get him with the Star Platinum move. There we go. Or I can be frozen. Go up. Did I do a power charge yet? And this reminds me of something from Monster Hunter. There's a monster called the Pukey Pukey, and there's a variant of it that it shoots water, and it has this move where it'll fly up and it'll shoot a spiral of water. It's really annoying to dodge that. Okay, now we continue forward. Right, it's the Skyward Sword room. Slash vertically. Slash horizontally. Slash diagonally. Ooh, hard mode. Nope, wait.
Looks like we'll need the Axe Legion to get through this.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any way I can come through this room without Hal directly telling me how to get through this room. Just like before, how I'm pretty sure I got through the bow section without him telling me to use bow. Okay, so now there's this.
Done for. Ride the beast
Now I know, stay off the purple, for sure. Stay way out of range of the walls. Oh, I think if you follow the red matter cleanup, like exactly as they've placed it, it does lead you out of the way of the things. Like you can still dodge stuff and pick up the red matter. And it's also possible that you can pick up the red matter and then have this, you know, take too much damage and it restarts. And then the red matter is just still cleaned up. So you can just like kind of reset buffer to keep picking up stuff you missed. Oh no, we sent in the ravens. Ah, perfect call. Take that. I don't get to see a lot of those perfect call attack animations. I never do a perfect call. It requires you to put your legion away, and how often are you putting your legion away? Haha, you got swept up into the attack. Okay, now power charge. I like to think that perfect calling is a valid strategy if you're a player who likes to use counterattacks like that. Who likes to, like, not just dodge, but also parry. Okay, well apparently I don't have stun proof on the Armor Legion. Catch you with a slow attack. I'm gonna pull out Axe. Just for fun. Get a blue shield going, I guess. I guess Axe Legion would be like the Legion to use if you prefer fighting like that. Since he's so energy extensive. You know, that would be the use for perfect calls. Bam! S+, nice. I didn't get S+ on the hard one, but I got S+ other places. That's good enough for me. Okay, so it said go to the elevators, but then don't get in. And go back to the Raven Room. My freaking big sword swinging around while I run. That's why I wish you could put it away. And there's a portal. Whoop. So this should be the other thing I was missing. Which is great, because now, like, this is it. We're done. After this, that's it. Which it figures that after I'm like, oh, well, it'll be okay if we just have to do, you know, if we can't finish everything tonight, we have to do another stream Monday. Because I got to thinking, like, oh, well, I didn't do the other... I still haven't finished all the, combat scenarios, the, like, extra stuff that they give you when you're in post-game. So I was preparing to do those, and it's like, oh, well, if we're gonna complete finding all the quests tonight, there's no point in... Oh, axe fell. Bye. And there's no point in, like, doing more streams. I wanted it to wrap up nicely on Friday, and now I have my opportunity, so let's do that. If I don't end up completing them on my own, I could just do more Astral Chain streams later. It's always an option. Just like failure, that's always an option as well. I don't do Round Bullet. I don't do Round Bullet that much. I don't know if Round Bullet is really good, but you can do it. Excuse me. I forget what Arm Legion's other, like, unique skills are. Oh, right, I haven't unlocked him yet. That's right, he has the black hole, and I haven't gotten that move yet. And finish him. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that right. Finish him. That was the best I could do for Mortal Kombat narrator impression. Oh, S+, cool. And a non-S+, that's nice. And I believe I just got a order for completing all red cases. Premium material code, that's nice. What's in here? Fusion Master. Perform Legion fusions the specified number of times. Another premium material code. Parry the specific specified number of attacks with the Axe Legion. I also could do that with Beast. Defeat 3 or more chimeras at the same time 5 times. Well, good thing I'm not going for all the orders. I'm only halfway there on those. I'm pretty sure this counts. Like, if I wanted to get all the orders, I would have to get S+ on everything. I'm not gonna do that, because that also includes the final boss, and that guy is a huge pain in the neck. I mean, I don't know that it necessarily requires not using the crap ton of items that I always use when fighting that guy. But it does sound... Or maybe I've already gotten an S+ on that. Okay. And it's cracking the core that I need an S+ on. Alright, well, let's see what my total is. Oh, I accidentally hit back. Let's see what my total ranking is. Let's see, where's the final result? S+, S, B, A, B, S, 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 S. Overall, S. Cool. I'm happy with ending it there. So thanks for watching, and Monday we're starting a new game. I'm gonna do Bully. Never finished Bully, so... And it's Scholarship Edition, which I don't know if that really has anything new in it. I just know it is the Wii version, which might have more content than the, like... What was it originally on? PlayStation 2 and Xbox? And possibly GameCube? I don't know. I only ever had Scholarship Edition. So that's what we're doing. See you then. Bye. Should I do end, like regular end or end of series? I guess it's end of series for now, so I'll do that one.